The flash floods assessment report indicates a number of households destroyed, with 1,575. At least 22 schools were affected, with others deroofed, while walls of other schools cracked. The specific number of classrooms affected are 40, with blown-off roofs and cracks on the wall. At least 10 worship houses were destroyed, with blown-off roofs and cracks on the walls. The community lost 480 houses, which were totally destroyed, while 527 houses were partially destroyed. Under the health sector, the floods destroyed 5 health facilities, whose roofs were blown off, while others developed cracks on the walls. Meanwhile, 575 latrines were totally destroyed and collapsed, and 102 retail shops and kiosks were submerged. Others were blown by the wind. The flash floods left a number of roads washed, submerged, and culverts carried off.
A total of about 1,557 households were affected in our city as we came up with the report. The number of people who were affected were about 8,294. Then 450 acres were covered by flood, that is for the entire district. Then 250 goats also were swept by floods. Then 50 cows were also carried away by the flood as a result of heavy downpour. Sheep of about 55. Then 300 chicken were also carried away by flood. Then 100 ducks were carried. A total of 22 schools were deroofed. Others had cracks as a result. Others were, in fact, the assets were removed by heavy winds.
Office of the Prime Minister has come up to support the affected persons with food items and tarpaulins for the most vulnerable and needy persons.
We received relief food and then non-relief food. About 13,000 kilograms of maize flour was received from the Office of the Prime Minister, which were safely kept in our stores. And then 13,000 kilograms is an equivalent of 260 bags of maize flour. We also received beans of 6,500 kilograms, which is an equivalent of 130 bags, also for the support for the flood victims. And then 200 pieces of tarpaulins.
Fred Okumu, the branch manager, Arua Uganda Red Cross Society, said Madi Okollo received much rains which affected a number of households, and Red Cross sent a team to support the district in assessment. Okumu advises the district to maintain an active district contagious plan which will guide them during emergency.
All districts, more or less, those are disaster prone, to ensure that they have contingency plans, district contingency plans fully approved by Office of the Prime Minister, and must also have district disaster management committees who can help to disseminate these plans to sub-counties. We also encourage districts to ensure that they are established the sub-county disaster management committees who can be able to get on ground. For us, we have used this opportunity as Red Cross to ensure that we train Red Cross action teams who are on the ground. That's why we are everywhere for everyone.
The LC5 chairman, Madi Okollo Ismail Drabe, said 2023 was a year of destruction which affected the people. The chairman cites a number of roads destroyed, which makes travel difficult.
Clearly isolate the category of people who are supposed to get them. And these include the widows, the sick, the old, the child-headed families, and those families headed by HIV people, and also persons with disabilities. We shall try to go by this, and it is my belief that not all of them will suitably get the food ration. Besides destruction of crops, our roads were heavily damaged. Between actually September and December, some of the parts of the district were not accessible. So you could not go from a gear to mile 10 through Jaura. As we talk now, much as the water has left the roads are difficult to drive by.
Our role as leadership is to give the community, all the people under your care, hope that they can still be live after this, and that what has happened is not in the past. But if you are going to be the first to begin making alarm, or even collapsing, and then the whole society can be in a more difficult situation. As a district, as a sub-county, the leadership at the various levels, we must always be prepared.
The district will give out the food items after selecting the most affected and vulnerable persons. Report compiled by Robert Ariaka for the news.